It's your boy REE, aka the Black Adam Scheffner, and you are now tuned in to Reaction Monday. Happy victory Monday to the winners and to the losers. Remember, there's always next week. Let's get right to it, y'all. Kicking off week 4, we had our Thursday night game. We had the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. A game that the Lions were able to win 34-20. It wasn't a competitive game at all. The Lions looked great. The offense was hitting. The defense was playing well. They got look, that Lions team, they have playmakers all over the field. This is the Lions I've been waiting to see. This would be a very hard team to beat and a team that can contend as long as they're playing like this. My only question for the Lions is, why are y'all getting Jahmyr Gibbs the ball? This is somebody you took early on in the draft. I know they say running back stocks aren't great right now, but they took this young man early in the draft, and it's like there's no urgency to get him the ball. I don't believe breaking in play. When you take somebody that early, he needs to be on the field. You can see the explosiveness. They get Jamison Williams back off suspension this week. I don't know, man. Look out for the Lions to surprise a lot of people. As for Green Bay, it's like they're real up and down. One minute they look good, the next minute they don't look good. I'm not sure if Jordan Love is the guy. It's literally all on him. They have playmakers. They have a good running back, 2 good running backs. Like I said, they have wide receivers. But I am not sure if Jordan Love is the guy. Kicking off our Sunday games, we had our 9 a.m. game. We had the Falcons at the London Jaguars. Yes, I call them the London Jaguars because this is now the 10th time that the Jags are playing overseas. They actually play over there again this coming week, week 5. Game that the Jags were able to easily win, 23-7. Look, the thing with the Jags are they have playmakers and skill position players all over the field, offense and defense. It's really going to come down to Trevor Lawrence. If he could utilize those playmakers that they have at running back, receivers, tight ends, the Jags could surprise some people. My only question with them is how consistent are you going to be? Because one week they look good and the next week they look but it literally all falls on sunshine. Trevor Lawrence. It's all going to fall on Trevor Lawrence. As for the Falcons, did y'all see Bijan Robinson? Did y'all see Bijan Robinson? Yo, the kid is a problem. Get the ball in his hands. It doesn't matter if it's at running back, wide receiver, if you want to run wildcat, just get the ball in the kid's hands. The kid is special. I haven't seen a running back prospect this smooth in a while. Like he's the only downfall is there's no quarterback out there in Atlanta. Ritter is not the guy. Cheeks, he's not the guy. He's just not the guy. They have the receivers, they have the backs, but it's literally all going to fall on Ritter. Falcons fans, I wouldn't expect too much out of this season, but just keep watching that boy Bijan because he is special. Steelers at the Texans. Again, the Texans were able to win convincingly 30-6. Steelers might be in shambles, y'all. They haven't had a losing season under Mike Tomlin yet, but this might be the losing season under Mike Tomlin. I don't know. They got the defensive players. You know, Watt, arguably the best DN in the league. But offensively, it's like watching paint dry with that offense, to be honest. But as for the Jags, did y'all see C.J. Stroud? That boy is balling. That is a young rookie that's coming into the league, and he has no fear. He's playing with no fear. 1,200 yards in the season, 6 touchdowns, and the biggest stat and the most impressive of them all with a rookie quarterback, 0 picks. C.J. Stroud currently has 0. It's going to be a good race this year for the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Stroud's definitely in the comments. They're saying he's a top 10 quarterback already. I don't know if I could disagree with that. I'm excited to see how the Texans season played out. I don't know about the playoffs, but they'll definitely be making some noise this year. You can see they already are better than they were the previous seasons. The game we had was a barn burner. We had the Rams at the Colts, a game that a lot of people probably thought was over. The Colts were able to come back from a 23-point deficit. Anthony Richardson back, put the team on his back. Another rookie quarterback that doesn't have any fear, and he's just playing the game. He looks comfortable. He doesn't look rattled. The thing with the Rams, though, they're a very confusing team because one week they could look good, then the next week they look then the next week they look cheeks. Like, it just depends. You never know what Rams you're going to get. You know they're well coached. They have a veteran quarterback. Cooper Kupp's out, so I cut him some slack, you know. But that Puka guy, he's been balling. Let me ask y'all this. Is Cooper Kupp good because of the system, or is it just him? Because now they just filled in another guy, and he picked right up on Kupp's production. It's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. We had the Vikings at the Panthers, a game the Vikings was able to win 24-13. Make some noise for the Vikings. They finally got that they finally got that O off their back because they didn't have any wins. Lead leader in passing yards, lead leader in receiving yards, and they finally just got their first win week 4. Hard to believe. Kirk Cousins been playing good football. Justin Jefferson been balling as expected. I don't know. I just felt like they weren't able to put it together. I won't completely rule them out because the offense is deadly. As long as you got Jefferson in there, Kirk gonna sling the pill. As for the Panthers, did they make the wrong decision with the draft pick? I personally don't think Bryce Young's the guy. Not too many bright spots on that team right now, honestly. If I'm being honest with you, yeah. Panthers fans might not like to hear that, but y'all ain't got nothing special going on right there. We had the Bucks at the Saints, a division rival, Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore. A game that the Bucks were able to win 26-9. Is Baker Mayfield back? Hey, look, I've never been a Baker guy, but what he's doing this year, I'm impressed. I tip my hat to you. Definitely tip my hat to Baker. I don't have a problem giving guys their credit when they make me prove me wrong. Derek Carr looked terrible for the Saints, 127 yards. I'm used to seeing that. He's been that same guy in Oakland. Are the Bucks contenders or pretenders, though? I think they might be contenders. Not saying Super Bowl contenders, but definitely playoff contenders. Definitely a team that they could make a run. The defense they got a good defense, you know. It's just consistency. As for the Saints, it was looking promising early on in the season, but I don't know. I forgot Carr is a fraud. I don't believe in Carr. In the next game, we had a barn burner. We had the Redskins. Yes, like I said, I still call the Commanders the Redskins. We had the Redskins at the Eagles. An overtime game that the Eagles were able to win 34-31. Did y'all see Sam Howell out there? He threw 4 picks last week, and I bashed him. But I'm here to tip my hat to you, brother. Sam Howell was out there dealing, throwing dimes, all at the right time. Y'all see the local kid, the Lehigh Valley product, Jahan Dotson, made the touchdown to send the game essentially in the overtime. I still feel like the Eagles have not played their best football yet, which could be scary because they're undefeated. There's question marks around Hurts. I had dropped a take saying that I thought Lamar's better than Hurts, and the Eagles fans look, I love Hurts. I think Hurts is a great quarterback. Obviously, things don't look the same as last year. Great leader, the guy wins. But I don't know, something just looks different this year. Some of the throws that he's made last year, he still makes impressive throws, don't get me wrong. But I've seen him throw balls into coverage multiple times this year, and I didn't see Hurts doing that last year. He's usually a guy that protects the ball. But like I said, the Eagles still haven't played their best ball. So it could be a very concerning thing for the rest of the league, because once they get rolling, it could get spooky. Then we had the Dolphins at the Bills. Dolphins, I ain't gonna put y'all on Florida alert. It was a game that the Bills were able to win 48-20. After we just seen the Dolphins put up that 70-piece extra crispy last week, they came and got whooped. Some days you the bug, some days you the windshield. This week, it looks like the Dolphins were the bug. Are the Bills the best team in football right now? Is Josh Allen the MVP candidate, clear MVP favorite right now? My only thing with the Dolphins was, they beat up on a bunch of teams that weren't that great. Then they finally take a step up in competition, and they got demolished. The Bills were doing whatever they wanted. My thing with them is they're a one-trick pony. If you could limit the big plays of the Dolphins, they're very beatable. They rely too much on big plays. You can't do that in this league. You got to be able to put drives together without just hitting 50-yard passes down the field. Or they got speed, so I understand them being reliant on the big play, but it's going to come back and bite them, as you've seen. The Bills had their way. At the Bengals, at the Tennessee Titans. Again, at the Titans just completely dominated the Bills in every phase of defensively, offensively, special team. The Bengals are frauds. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Fraud. I don't got my whistle with me right now. Fraud alert. Put them boys on fraud alert. I don't want to hear Joe Burrow's hurt. I get it. He's banged up, whatever. But my thing is, if you're on the field, there's no excuse. If you're that hurt, you should be sitting out. Because you playing injured, if that's going to be the excuse, you're hurting your team more than you're helping them. So you might as well have sat out to get healthy. Now it might be, it's kind of early, but they got to go on a run now. 1 or 2 more losses, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. I don't know. The Titans, I don't really expect much out of them, except I do believe they will spoil some teams' playoff hopes later in the season by beating them. They got good talent. It's Derrick Henry. He could go for 200 on just about any team any given week. But Bengals, I'm looking at y'all right now, and y'all looking like frauds. Next up, we had the battle of the bums, the bum ball, the Broncos at the Bears. I don't know who watched that game. Obviously, I watch all the games, but the Bears are terrible. Both teams are terrible, but the Bears, how do you blow a 21-point lead to the Broncos, a team that just got a 70-piece extra crispy put up on them last week? I don't know. Get ready for the draft. Both teams, just get ready for the draft. We had the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns, AFC North battle, rivals. A game that, the Ravens were able to win easily, 28-3. Lamar was very efficient. He had, I believe, he was 15 for 19, 2 touchdown passes. He had like 200 yards passing. The Browns would be fine. They didn't have Deshaun Watson, obviously. It's tough for a defense to be lights out every single week. But I think the AFC North will come down to these two teams. One of these two teams are going to win. Both could probably make the playoffs, but the division will come down to both of these teams. Like I said, Lamar was very efficient, y'all. Lamar was very efficient, y'all, for the ones that say Lamar can't pass. The Raiders at the Chargers. A game that the Chargers were able to win 24-17. They almost blew it, though. I thought the Chargers blew it for a second. I'm not going to say the Chargers are fraud yet, but they are on fraud alert watch. And I think the coach, Staley, will be the downfall. Like I said, this is probably one of the most talented rosters in all of football, offensively and defensively. Khalil Mack has 6 sacks. Played against his own team, he had 6 sacks. The Raiders are the Raiders. We don't expect nothing out of them any year. They do the same thing every year. But the Chargers too, kind of, though. They always pick them to be the favorite. Like I said, I had them as frauds a couple weeks back, but I'm going to have them on fraud alert watch. We'll see how the next couple weeks play out. Had the Patriots at the Cowboys in a not-so-sweet return for Zeke Elliott. The Patriots won 38-3. The Cowboys' defense, pick sixes, forcing just dominant, a dominant performance. Dakota Rain Prescott didn't look too impressive, but the boys won. He threw for a touchdown. You would think a team puts up 38 points that he was lighting up. Nah, he wasn't. Like I said, he's the most consistently inconsistent quarterback. But we're not here to bash him. We're not here because the Cowboys got the dub. Like I said, the defense is going to be tough. They got a real big test next week against the 49ers, game I'm definitely going to be tuned into. But they got to step it up on offense. They have got to step it up. The defense is not going to be able to carry you every year. All season, every week. It's just not going to happen. It's on the Cardinals at the San Fran 49ers, a game that the 49ers were easily able to win 35-16. Brock Purdy was damn near one incomplete pass is crazy. Now, I've said in the past, I think he's overrated because of the stacked offense, the system, whatever. But I'm going to give him his one incompletion in the NFL. I don't care if you throw a million checkdowns. One incompletion in a game is crazy. Y'all see Christian McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey's the MVP. If the season ended right now and he didn't win MVP, I would be disgraced. He's just special. The only thing is that I have my question with the 49ers is they're not battle tested. They're easily winning these games, and we've seen it in the past seasons before that, not with the 49ers, but other teams. They cruise through, and then they get to the playoffs and lose in the first round or lose the first game they play, just for the simple fact you beat up on everybody all year, but you're not battle tested. They do have some tough games coming up on their schedule, so it's obviously that's going to change. But as of right now, you got to have them as the favorite in the NFL right now. They're undefeated, one of two undefeated teams. They look unstoppable. Playmakers all over the field. Defense is balling. But again, my only question mark around the 49ers is they are not battle tested. Sunday night game, we had my defending Super Bowl champions. Don't forget the defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Jets. A game that the Chiefs were able to win 23-20. Shouldn't have been that close. They were up 17-0. The thing with the Chiefs is it's like they have the success curse now, because if they don't blow everybody out, then people are going to be saying they're frauds. If they lose a game, people are going to say they're frauds. At the end of the day, people, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, anybody could beat anybody except for the Bears. If you lose to the Bears, you're trash. But I think the Chiefs, they got the pressure on them. But what was good with Mahomes last night? 2 picks. He didn't look like himself. Throws that he usually makes, he just let sail, just literally threw it right to the defense. Nothing I'm concerned about, because the biggest moment of the game, Mahomes shined. He made the plays that needed to be made so his team could win. Pacheco had a great game, returned back to Jersey. Did y'all see Zach Wilson though? Zach Wilson, Mahomes looked like Zach Wilson last night, and Zach Wilson looked like Mahomes. He balled out. I got to give that boy his credit. And everybody was hating on him. The locker room was ready to turn on him. The media was ready to turn on. Everybody was ready to turn on him, and he answered the call last night. I seen reports that he said the loss was his fault. It wasn't his fault. See people complaining, saying the ref. Like I said, now the Chiefs are that team that the close wins is going to be credited to the. There was missed calls on both sides. Let's keep it real. People got to understand, though, these holding calls that you think are holding, that they're not getting called, are not holding. They're not calling it for a reason. But I don't. Was it Taylor Swift? Was it I don't care. The Chiefs won. Defense looked good. The Jets, it's kind of hard to read how the season's going to go. If Zach Wilson could play like that for the rest of the season, they have a shot at making the playoffs. That concludes Reaction Monday, Week 4. Got some big things coming. Like I said, looking to start having people call in as guests soon. We're going to continue building this thing out. Please like, comment, subscribe on the videos. Definitely subscribe, man. I'm trying to get them subscribers up, y'all. Exclusively YouTube now. To my Facebook people, I'm sorry. Subscribe to my TikTok, though. I'm going to be doing you'll see the clips on there. And I will start upload the clips on Facebook. It just won't be the full video. It'll be certain clips. But thank you to support. Happy Victory Monday to the winners, to the losers. Remember, there's always next week, and there's no rules and reactions. I'm REE, your host, a.k.a. the Black Adam Scheffner, and I'm out.